Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is getting set to travel to Latvia. It's expected he will depart at 8 o'clock this morning Eastern, so in under an hour. And CBC News has learned he will announce in Latvia that Canadian troops will be staying in that country for a few more years. Catherine Cullen is going to be traveling with the Prime Minister to cover this trip, and she is there on the tarmac at the airport in Ottawa. Catherine, what has CBC News learned about Canada's mission in Latvia?
Well, Heather, the important thing to know is that this is Canada's attempt to try to deal with some of the pressure that it is about to face in the second stage of this trip when the Prime Minister heads to Belgium for the NATO meeting. You were just talking about Donald Trump, and of course Donald Trump has been putting pressure on NATO members to step up their contribution. So CBC News has learned that Canada will be extending its leadership role in this NATO mission by at least 3 years. That coming from our excellent defense reporter, Murray Brewster. Canada has committed to up to spring 2019 leading this role in Operation Reassurance in Latvia. The purpose of the mission to stave off Russian incursion into the country. The Prime Minister is going to be meeting with both the Prime Minister and President of Latvia. He'll also be meeting with Canadian troops. There are 450 of them committed to this mission, so we can expect the announcement likely Tuesday Latvian time while he is there, and that will be outlining Canada's contribution. This, the Prime Minister will say, a key contribution, a significant contribution to NATO, knowing that he's going to be facing some real pressure to step up Canada's financial contribution when he meets with Donald Trump face-to-face.
Well, let us look ahead to that. Face-to-face at the NATO summit for the first time since the meetings of the G7 in Charlevoix last month. And we certainly remember what happened there. And we remember really all the condescending, derisive comments, you know, a lot of Justin, a lot of anti-Canada talk from campaign rallies from Donald Trump. Given that, what are you expecting to see at the NATO summit?
Well, and you have to think of the additional pressure. So there's the pressure that the U.S. president is trying to put on all NATO members to step up around NATO. There is the fact that Canada has, since that last meeting with Donald Trump, put in place counter tariffs on the U.S. And there is the fact that when Donald Trump left that G7 meeting, he tweeted that he considered Justin Trudeau to be very dishonest and weak. So this face-to-face meeting, certainly everybody will be watching, and there is a lot at stake, from trade to questions about security. Now, typically when the two men have been face-to-face, things have been relatively pleasant, but you might remember that Donald Trump, for instance, after he left the G7, pulled his support from that final communique, and just reaching an agreement there was tense. Consider this time that Donald Trump will be leaving the NATO meeting to meet with Vladimir Putin. So plenty of opportunity for tension. We will see what happens, Heather.
It's going to be an interesting assignment for you, for sure. Thank you, Catherine Cullen, getting set to cover the Prime Minister as he travels to Europe. Thank you.